So it looks like the general consensus is that No Man's Sky is absolute manure. Well, my response to this is no. Before I get into why No Man's Sky is literally the greatest game to ever be released, I'm just going to talk about some of its faults and complaints that it's been getting first. No game that's ever been released is without faults, and No Man's Sky is no exception. No Man's Sky has been hyped up by Hello Games for years. They were walking around fronting like they were packing a 44 Magnum, but in reality, they were carrying a potato cannon that had rotten potatoes and no cannon. So yeah, that was a minor hiccup. Another fault with this game is there is no multiplayer. But so what if they promised multiplayer over and over and ended up releasing a game without multiplayer, effectively false advertising their game and misleading all buyers? It's an easy mistake. It happens to all the greatest games ever. Another minor issue that's being pointed out is the bugginess of the game. Sure, the soon-to-be defunct Hello Games did release an absolute stunning work of art of a trailer that had things like majestic dinosaurs roaming through beautiful landscapes. And yes, what we did get was a bunch of Furbies with Tourette's syndrome that look like they've been through a blender. I understand why some people may be under the impression that they were misled, but come on, let me ask you this. Would you rather search through a quintillion mediocre planets, or 5 or 6 well-designed, interesting, unique, and fun planets? Exactly what I thought. Another thing that the whiners are complaining about is the tediousness and boringness of this absolute masterpiece of a game. Apparently, people don't like the fact that there's really nothing to do besides mining resources so they can explore new planets, so they can mine resources, so they could explore new planets in a loop that goes on and on forever. I like to call these people spoiled. Goodbye Games has given us something that we could do for the rest of our lives. I for one shall not be stepping away from my computer until I have explored every inch of all 18 quintillion, 446 quadrillion, 73 billion, 709,551,616 planets, and now the endgame. It blows my mind that people are complaining about the endgame. It absolutely blows my mind. How can you freaking complain over the fact that you spend time collecting these 10 stone things that make a star that you'll never get to see, which may or may not even exist? Oh, and when you reach the center of the universe, you get sent right back out to the edge of another one, only to repeat the process over and over on some Groundhog Day type shit, until you eventually sink into a deep depression and end your own life in front of your own computer after you realize how much time you spent playing No Man's Sky. So it sounds like there are 1 or 2 problems with this game. So you may be asking, how can a game that oozes piss like this be considered the greatest game of all time?
No, it's not.